people that take $1.6 billion out of your pocket.
Confidential. Do not distribute. Whoops. So, this is essentially the executive summary that they want to look at. So, some of the things that they are actually admitting here that they won't admit in committee or in front of anybody in Parliament. Linear TV viewing in Canada has declined by 41% over the past decade. Now, linear TV, that is referring to just you're sitting on your couch and you're watching Channel 4 or Channel 27 or whatever channel you typically watch. That's what linear TV means. What we can see is they're showing the weekly reach in Q3 of 2024-2025 was 8.8 million people. And this past year was at 6.1 million. That is almost a 30% drop. That's crazy. Year-to-date advertising. This is the shocking part. A 30% decline from 269 million down to 189 million. That is shocking, folks. But it aligns with the almost 30% decline in audience. Like, it lines up one to one. That's what you would expect.
That's good. You know that this show, the really big show, is probably by the end of the year going to outperform the CBC's reach. Can you believe that? Two guys.
Can't believe it.
Two wild and crazy guys with $1.6 billion less than those sausage-eating clowns over at CBC who have failed their mission miserably to protect Canadians and hold power to account. They have failed their mission miserably. And I invite you, Rosie Barton and David Cochran, to come on our show. Invite us on your show, because then you can be in control. Hey, how about that? We'll come on your show. Hey, how about that? Because I did an interview with Chris. We did an interview with Chris Sims, and she said that we should be on at issue with them. Put us on. We're ready. Put us in, coach. Put us in, coach. We're ready to go. Hey?
Someone here has just libeled us.
Who's that?
By saying that we're American funded.
Are we?
No, don't be silly.
Where's money then?
CBC is much more American funded than we are. They run American ads. We don't. You clown.
Where's the money? Where's the money American funded? That's.
I wish we were anyway. I mean, if there are any Americans out there, you want to fund us?
You can go to the reallybigshow.ca. There's a support button. If you're an American, you can definitely donate to us for this person's benefit so they can make them truthful.
No, we're not American funded, you fool. What's given you that idea?
You know what we are, though?
Who barges into a stream? It's like, hey, aren't you American funded? Like, where's that coming from? How did that idea get into your little head?
What we are, though.
No. The CBC is partly American funded. So if you want to go over to CBC, you cannot leave a comment because obviously you're banned from leaving comments, as we all are. But maybe you could send an email that won't be read to the CBC and complain about the fact that they're partly American funded.
Jasmine is going to be on our show in a while here too. I think March 13th or something like that. What's that? March 12th. I can never get that right. But what we are liberal crippled. They basically crippled our newsroom. We had to lay people off. They basically put their foot on our throat with the Online News Act. We've complained about it relentlessly. CBC not helping us as well there. Thank you very much, CBC, for that. Not. And yeah, that's what they've done for us. And yeah, American funding, I wish. Elon Musk, help. How's that? Elon Musk, help. Chamath, help. How's that? So we can have freedom of the press in Canada. You know who we're probably going to have to get help from? The U.S. State Department has already said the Online News Act is suppressing freedom of speech, freedom of the press here in Canada. The U.S. State Department has said it. And we're probably going to get help from them because the Liberal government not interested in having freedom of the press. Absolutely not. So there you go. People throw just nonsense comments out, right? Just nonsense. Anyway, Here's their chart. Let's go down a little bit here.
Yeah,
Here's
come on.
their chart. Da 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 da. There's the CBC viewer. Da da da. And winning the ski competition, there's a mogul there at the end there. Just like poof, right? Anyway.
So once this guy, sorry to go back, he's having a triangle in triangle
You
hole
can't stand on
moment.
my keyboard,
He
buddy.
can't quite get it in.
I can get on my
He's
back.
Go.
rotating,
Come on.
trying to get it in there.
Come up
He
here.
can't understand the
Yeah.
concept that CBC is funded by Americans more than we are. We aren't funded by Americans, American companies, anything at all. Zero, nothing. The CBC, on the other hand, runs ads from
I didn't
US
forget about
companies,
you. I just hopped
meaning
on
that
the
part
computer,
of their
bud.
funding comes from the United States. Is that too? Does the triangle go in yet? Can we
Oh my
get it in
gosh,
there?
okay, one
Should we
sec,
try
one sec,
the
one sec,
should we try the ball? Try and get the sphere. Does the sphere go into the square hole, or maybe the triangle hole?
Everything
I
goes
get
in the
it. I
square
know it's
hole.
hard.
Everybody knows.
I find it really difficult
Goes in the
myself,
square
but
hole.
if you just keep trying, it does go in
Come on.
eventually.
Oh, sorry.
I mean, somebody's saying that we get too fired up sometimes when people say nonsense stuff. But then somebody said here also that we're permanent victims. No, we're just telling you the truth. This is the truth of media in Canada, and it's important because it's a threat to democracy. So we bring it up because it's a threat to democracy. It's a real threat. It's a real threat not to have freedom of the press. But we got one more thing to get through here as we close off here.
Let me conquer this empire.
They're trying to imply that I'm
this can't
losing
be
it.
good
Or
for
whatever.
me.
No, I quite enjoy
Alright,
this.
you're good.
If anything, I wish we had more people on here that would troll. And I dearly miss Lightning Rod, who is the guy that I can usually slap around. I enjoy it. You know, what can I say? I enjoy the dialectic.
Before you go here, we got one more here for you. These two guys connected in more ways than one.
It's more sophisticated. That's more sophisticated talking
Reid
than
Hoffman.
I can handle. What the hell's going on here? Oh yeah, I'm
One
on
of the
Kingdom
founders
now.
of
We're
LinkedIn,
seeing what
now
we can
owned
do with
by
that.
The Microsoft empire, which is a big shareholder.
We
with
saved,
none other
absolutely
than
saved. Because we're
Billy
gonna
Bob
scum. We might
Gates,
scum
expert
back
in everything.
quite a
Climate
bit.
scientist, COVID, whatever, vaccine specialist. I don't know, whatever thing. And also frequent flyer miles for the both of them to the Epstein. What's that called? Epstein Fantasy World. Both of them. Gonna find that they might have to answer some questions. Both of them might be looking to book a trip somewhere where they can't be extradited. Billy and Reid, LinkedIn founder, Microsoft founder. And Bill Gates, let's not forget Bill Gates. Also, one of the biggest climate, what do you call it? Almost like, is he the Pope? What would he be? A bishop? A Pope? Where would he be in the climate religion? Somewhere in there, right?
He's like, he would be, if we're talking about popes, he'd be the guy funding the Pope. He's like Medici or something. The Medici.
The Archbishop of the
Viking.
Desert Fox wrote in there, he's the Archbishop. But anyway, he's also the one that was the Archbishop of climate thing and shorted Tesla, one of the successful company in EVs that they're promoting all the time. Shorted Tesla, and then tried to get Elon Musk to give him money, and Elon said, you know, his typical answer, GFY. Reid and Billy. They're going to join the other Billy in front of a hearing committee. Wonder what they're going to have to say. Someone said that Reid's son works for the federal Liberal.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know the answer, but I do know that's the end of our show. I do know that.
Perfect
And,
timing.
it's been a good one, I think, anyway.
Just in
might be
time for
biased.
Lookner. Look, fucking. Oh shit. Is this Tel Aviv?
No.
Okay, no, this is Beirut. Okay, this is Lebanon still. Okay, interesting. Maybe not Iran. Damn, Israel still smashing fucking Lebanon? God damn. Now I get why my Lebanese
Now
buddies
let
don't
me
like
to
Israel that much. not anti-Semites, but I get I get what they're telling me. When I asked, why do Lebanese people not get along with the Israelis? Oh, there's a bit of history there. Catch a bitch.
Hold on a moment. Everything is so loud. Gotta turn some stuff down.
So in the middle is just another Beirut camp. Hello, kitty. Yeah. Hello. What? I can't talk. I can't have inner monologue outside of my head. Outer monologue. I can't just
Yeah,
monologue.
sorry it's so noisy.
Oh my god. Hello. Yeah, you're okay. You lay there for.
Keep an eye on the cameras. Cameras are moving around. Cameras moving around now. Cameras
I
moving.
love how he announces everything.
Camera is moving.
We're moving around now. This stream is probably gonna get docked. Gonna get doxed by his funders.
Let me see what I can find out about that explosion there in Lebanon.
You have to give us some of your YouTube profits.
That we just saw a short
I don't
while
make money.
ago.
You go on YouTube and you don't make money. Oh my god. Very well. Bye. Get wrecked. Yeah, okay, yeah, oh yes, that is what we are doing. So we only have so many days before the quest expires, so we're down to 900 days. What we're trying to do is bust out into a kingdom, expand the kingdom, befriend everyone before they start shitting all over us, and then supposedly if you smash everyone hard enough, they'll offer peace treaties.
I'm not seeing reports in the Lebanese accounts I follow. I'm not seeing reports of an airstrike. I mean, that seemed like quite a big explosion there that we saw. I don't know if that was an airstrike or not.
There's probably stuff here.
But
just trying to do some trade
I am
level.
not seeing right now
A decent
reports of a Beirut strike in the Lebanese media that I follow, which is interesting. We saw something or other.
Damn, son.
Remember, southern Beirut has been told to be evacuated, entirely evacuated.
Entirely?
Huge
Jesus
evacuation.
Christ.
So we're expecting
They're gonna fucking
at some
level
point
Beirut like they
major
did
strikes
Palestine?
in southern Lebanon. I don't even know if the cameras will keep working when that happens. Gnome is speaking? Oh, Christy Gnome is speaking. Oh no, I missed it.
Yeah,
Christy
Gnome
Gnome is speaking. Hold on. Wait.
I thought she got
I
fired.
didn't know she was speaking right
This
now.
guy's like losing his mind over
Hold
Christy
on.
Gnome.
I gotta try to get it up on the screen,
actually good
but
for us.
it's I can't use it. It's only pool only on. It's pool only on. I can't use the one on Reuters. That's pool only.
Actually, I should
I
probably
can't.
just
She's
fuck this
speaking
whole
in
kingdom up.
Nashville. This is the problem. She's speaking in. So I don't have the rights to it on two of my news agencies. I see. Well, I'll have to see.
For $10,000 to rob these guys blind, to fucking collapse their kingdom. Sure.
See if I can find where it's broadcasting from. It's not on DHS. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't even have the rights to it right now. It's not being brought. I don't have my news agencies don't have a feed that I have the rights to, and it's not being broadcast by the government. I don't think. So I don't have that right now. I'm sorry. So now our viewer says she's not speaking on being fired. Yeah, I believe this was another appearance. Right? It seems like this is an appearance that she was going to make anyway. But
There we go.
again, I don't have the rights to it at the moment. Let me see if I can pull up what she's saying.
Sandy Oakley. I'd like to have an army of like 2,000. Got a garrison of like 2,000.
I'm trying to pull up the
1,000.
captions. Yeah, she's being asked some questions, but it's not I don't believe this was an appearance where it's like I'm going to speak now just because I'm getting let go. The headline on Fox is Fox News says Noam takes questions after Trump firing. Yes, and she is, as one of our viewers said, it's Randy Pinball, as Trump said, she's still in the job till the 31st. So again, I'm sorry I don't have that video that I can play for you right now. It's pool video, so I don't have the rights to it. I'm sure you can find it. I can't steal video from other news agencies. Jackie Heinrich of Fox News reports, Jackie Heinrich of Fox News says that a source familiar tells her President Trump's decision to remove Noam as DHS secretary was due to a combination of her many unfortunate leadership failures, from Minneapolis to the ad campaign to the allegations of an affair.
Bruh. So accurate now?
Again, I do not have the rights to the video of her speaking in Nashville.
Oh god, this guy's
You can
talking
find it
about
online,
rights
I
into
am sure.
videos, blah blah blah. Looking look me.
Faytux News posted a report from Walla News's. This is so. Why is it so loud? I have it turned way down. Why is it so loud?
Turn the wrong thing down, tard.
Hang on. I need to figure this out. One of these cameras is just crazy loud.
Look at her so.
There's got to be something else happening here. All right, give me a second. Something's going on. There's noise coming from somewhere.
There's always something with this guy. So goofy. Such a wacky reporter. Love it. Someone should have hired him 10,000 years ago.
I don't know.
I think he's actually owned by
An
Let me
Israeli
refresh everything.
conglomerate, potentially. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Sounds like Beirut. Okay, I think. This is really weird.
Thanks, guys. You were really a lot of help.
Oh! I'm sorry. You know what happened? I know what happened. What happened is this. I know exactly what happened. So I wasn't even watching it at the time. Sometimes I watch Intel cams and I watch, sometimes I watch Intel cams and I watch Al Jazeera Arabic when there's like, when there's like the missile alerts. And like, I don't have the audio on. Somehow the audio had come on and I was like, I kept thinking it was the audio from these feeds. And I was like, why am I was like turning the volume down the whole way and I was still hearing it. So it was the Intel cams audio. Sorry about that. All right, now we can put the audio of these feeds back up. It's driving me crazy. I didn't know what it was.
Jesus Christ, look at that.
Sorry about that.
What a guy. What a guy.
Really crazy.
What shit do I have on me?
So let's get some audio for these. Faytux News pointed out, still loud. I'll turn these down some.
Armor flags. It's not that bad.
Faytux News pointed out that an Israeli reporter, Yaki Adamkar, with Walla News, he says that a senior Israeli official says that southern Beirut will look completely different tomorrow. Remember, southern suburbs of Beirut, unprecedented evacuation order. And that came out probably 7 hours ago or so. And I mean, usually they would order buildings evacuated, destroy the buildings. They've ordered the whole part of this city evacuated. So the thinking is there's going to be major airstrikes there. Let me show you again what this says. This warning here. There it is right there. And it says the residents in the red areas need to head to the east. The residents in the yellow areas need to head to the north. And you got to get out. Save your lives and evacuate your homes immediately.
That's fucking terrifying. That's not
Let me actually
terrifying
translate
at
the
all.
poster and show you the translated poster. That's what I'll do.
Wow, there's a whole Pizza Bagel episode about Ted. That's awesome. I forgot my
do
girlfriend was watching Ted
Then
for a
I'll show
second,
you
so
that.
there's some wild shit going on in the
Meanwhile,
TV.
now the volume's too low on these cameras. I need to go up.
Recruit. Travel warrior.
That's
Nobody
better.
gives a fuck. And we get them right back, and we get some prisoners, and get more archers. Because apparently archers is the cheese. Who am I leaving behind?
Okay, here is the translated evacuation order. Look at this, guys. Here it is. I'm showing you right now. Try to put this on the screen for you. Can I get it on the screen for you? Here it is. Get the whole thing up on the screen for you. Look at this. Look at this. Urgent statement to residents of the southern suburbs. Save your lives and evacuate your homes immediately. Residents of the two neighborhoods in
It's
red,
not an SOS, it's an
you
SOL.
need to head
Or SYL.
toward the
Save your
east.
lives.
far,
leave.
way to the
They're gonna
east.
bomb the fuck out of it. Holy
In
shit,
the
there's gonna be big
yellow
bombs.
areas, you need to head to the north. And attention, you are prohibited from heading south. Any southward movement may endanger your lives. We will inform you of the appropriate time to return to your homes. So we are expecting major strikes in that region, that large part of Beirut, just north and northeast of the airport. They also evacuated a large area in the north today, a region of about, I think, 50,000 people in the Bekaa Valley. They said, you all need to leave too. One of our viewers said, what kind of barrage are they doing? So that's why we have these cameras on. We're, of course, keeping you informed about other things as well. One of our viewers said, a couple of our viewers saying it's like Gaza. I don't know if they have a plan like that. Yes, it's pretty common for Israel to have drones above Beirut. I think especially when they're going to do attacks. These are both Beirut pics, both Beirut feeds. Because they are going after Hezbollah for firing rockets at them.
Yeah, good excuse, looking there. Oh, my audience is wondering why they're gonna bomb the fuck out of the entirety of Beirut. Well, they're going after Hezbollah. Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, there's a couple terrorists.
Oh,
that are gonna bomb
did I
the whole
accidentally
fucking
put
entire
the same?
city?
No, they're
Oh,
different
gotcha.
feeds. They're different feeds. If you look at the bottom feed, one is AP and one is AFP. If you look at the bottom feed, you can see more of the buildings. And sometimes they will zoom in and show different things. So right now they're showing a very similar angle, but sometimes they will actually show different things. Truth says drones are back, get ready. Alex says, Alex Malarkey says, do you think the evacuation could be for more than airstrikes like prep for urban warfare? I don't know if Israel will send any ground troops or
IDF in
special
there?
forces.
Probably
in there.
not.
That I don't know. It's an interesting question.
Doubt it.
I haven't
Probably
heard
gonna give a
that they're
fucking,
planning on
give them the
doing
old
it, but I don't
Palestine
know.
treatment and just fucking vapor bomb everybody. Whatever the fuck it is. Vaporization bombs. Fucking steam bombs, whatever the fuck they're called. Hyperthermal bombs. Thermobaric bombing. Alright, let's do this. Good job, archers. Great archery. What this look like? This is a little too dark. Oh, what the fuck? Yeah. Very well. I cut you. I fucking cut you, man. What? You just let your guard down, bro. What the fuck?
So I'm checking some of the messages people sent me.
I stab you in the dick. Perfect. Excellent. 10 out of 10. Penis stab. Looks like 3 of those guys upgraded. Very nice. Nothing wild. That's alright. Except for the dragon banner piece. But if I assemble it, I'm fucked, aren't I, right away? Is that how that works? I have to make a decision. Now I decide what to do. Okay.
All right, now somebody's watching TV on one of those cameras. I wonder which one it is. Let's try this one. Is it the top one or the bottom one? Let's see. It's the top one. Why is the purging watch? Why are they watching loud
Conspiracies
TV?
don't start right away, right? It wants me to go to Carbansith. So, to decide what to do with the banner is...
With the sound on.
I thank you for what you did for me. You kept your word. Not everyone is so dependable. Excellent work. When you unfurl this banner and men see what they thought was lost,
Were there
it will make a
strikes in
powerful
Dubai?
impression.
Hey, hold on a second. I saw something about
Clearly,
Dubai.
right then, you can create your own kingdom or support an existing one.
We do hear the drone on that feed, though.
It will not be easy. Next, I would finally now. So
I
you
saw a
can create
video
your
that
own kingdom.
supposedly shows Iranian missile maybe hitting in Dubai, but I don't know.
I'm so confused. What was that?
Hey guys, I'm seeing some video float around possibly of a missile strike in Dubai. I can't confirm that right now, but I'm starting to see it floating around on social media.
Go back to...
I gotta shut this camera off because it's a TV show. Hold on.
I gotta call my brother back, because if we let him go out there, he's gonna get jumped and killed. But I'm not planning on starting shit with everyone anytime soon, if we can avoid it. This castle's getting fucked in its ass. Damn, look, there's fucking typing like a madman right now.
Right. Give me a moment. Let me try to figure out this Dubai thing. Again, I'm seeing a video going around on social media which purports to show an Iranian missile hitting in Dubai tonight. But I don't know if this is a legit video. So I'm trying to figure this out.
There was missile debris that hit the Dubai Al, whatever the fuck it's called. It's so hard to see sometimes. Okay, it's not me. Calados.
I'm gonna post a link for you guys in the chat. If I can find one. Guys, I'm going to post a video in the chat. It's this video I've seen a bunch of accounts publish, also on Telegram, but I don't know. Hang on a moment here. I don't know if it's legit. So I'm going to post it in the chat. I've seen it like on a bunch of accounts, but I don't know if it's legit. So you can, if you want to, you can look at it. Give me a moment here. Don't know if it's legit. Sorry, I'm hearing two of myself. Give me a moment here. Has there been some sort of Iranian attack in Dubai? Trying to figure this out. Just unclear.
Getting turned around, yeah, a little bit. I gotta go to die of asthma. Diathma. Look, there's dying. Look, there's dying. Oh, nice. Been waiting to get that shit.
Dawson Lambert said my parents are in Dubai and sent me a video of looks like interceptors going on. Thank you, Dawson. I gotta turn that camera off. It's playing this TV show. The AP camera is playing a TV show. I think they're both watching TV. How about this?
Gotcha,
one?
bitch.
Oh, this one is not watching TV. This one is alright.
Oh, I killed it with a one shot with the horse. Nice. Fuck you. Get wrecked.
Ha-ha! We showed them!
Hey!
Get wrecked. Did she say I ate your dinner? I ate your dinner.
I still don't have confirmation on Dubai, guys. I'm looking here, I'm checking different sources. I do not know if there has been some sort of Iranian missile strike in Dubai or not. Looking at some Middle Eastern outlets, not seeing it at the moment.
This bitch.
Maybe there hasn't been. A reminder, the reason I have the Lebanon cams up is those are the cameras where you are most likely to see activity. Odds are you're not going to see anything happening out of the ordinary on the Israel cameras because the camera companies are not allowed to show by the government when there are missile alerts. So if I have an Israel camera up, you're just going to see a cityscape with nothing new going on. I don't have any Iran cams. I never do, and I don't expect to have them. So in Beirut, there has been an unprecedented evacuation order today by the Israeli government telling an entire part of the city, southern Beirut, that they need to get out, which suggests there's going to be an enormous bombing campaign there. Hence, we have the Beirut cameras up because those are the cameras where you are most likely to see something going on. That is why I have them.
Big ass
If I
fucking
find other cameras with
bomb.
other things happening, I will certainly put them on the air.
Yes. Just one of my top G's. I don't know why I don't have her decked out. At least.
I have seen no confirmation of any kind of strikes in Dubai. How is the volume on this channel now? How is the audio on the other channel? Is that better? Are we better now? I think the audio might have gotten fixed on the AP feed. I think maybe no longer watching TV show.
This guy speaking English? What the fuck is he? What the fuck did he just say?
Maybe they can watch it with the captions instead of the sound. Manny Fabian of Times of Israel reports that there are no reports of injuries following the latest Hezbollah rocket barrage in the north. The IDF said some of the rockets were intercepted while others were allowed to hit open areas. N12 reports that the IDF believes 60% of Iran's missile firing capabilities have been destroyed. I hear photos being taken. camera is moving. The camera is moving. The AFP camera is moving. Now it is not moving. It's moving again. Hey, thank you so much too. Uh-oh, I got behind thanking people. I gotta thank some people. Give me a moment so I can thank some people.
What the fuck?
Your pawn.
Thanks to, I really appreciate it. Hem F Jacked, One Accedi. One Accedi, I have not seen that report. I'll keep an eye out. Thank you. Blake, thank you. Octung Elekrish, thank you. Danny has receipts. Sparky Jean. I have not heard that, Sparky Jean. The Independent said yesterday British troops are being held at very high readiness in the UK to respond to the escalating conflict if needed in the Middle East. I saw that report. I haven't seen any kind of report of the UK sending troops. Everything is all messed up now. Why is everything so messed up? Hold on one here. Give me a moment. Oh, there was a, what is this? Keir Starmer spoke today, though. Starmer sends fighter jets. Starmer said today he is sending 4 extra fighter jets to Qatar. As well as Wildcat helicopters with anti-drone capabilities being sent to Cyprus, where the British have airfields. I saw that. Thank you to Sparky Jean. Also, Real Ot Kev. Stephen Num, thank you. Vonder Chewbacca, thank you. Do first responders evacuate? Stephen, I don't know, but my assumption would be is that everybody who's not Hamas is getting out of there. Sorry, not Hamas. Everybody who's not Hezbollah. I would assume Hezbollah would leave too. The evacuation order to me just said, like, you need to leave because we're going to bomb this place. So I would assume the first responders leave. That'd be my assumption. I don't know for sure. Thank you, Vander Chewbacca. No, not November. Halala. Late Nightly. C. Servin. Jenya T. Thank you. Spicy Tuna Roll. Brian F. Cattle Lee. Georgia Britt. BKMCG. Emperor King. Thank you. Thank you for your note, Emperor King. I really appreciate that. And Emperor King's wife as well. Thank you.
Impressed. I will need now. You can make
Much
your
appreciated.
own claim to have it
The
first,
Dude 3442.
also, finally,
Haruna
a
Q.
capital.
Chugi
Now,
Live.
well, you can make your own claim to the rulership of.
And Juan Cabrera, thank you. All right, hold on. Sorry, I got behind on thanking people. I7 Andy, thank you. Brandonk and Cece and Metal Oma on Twitch and Yard Donkey, thank you. Also for Manden DK and Red Eye Shell. Did I thank Lee Laco? I think I did. Well, thanks, Lee Laco. Breaking news, small breaking news. Christy Nome has posted. Christy Nome just posted. She says, this is after President Trump, I'll say fired her, because Fox News is saying it, various outlets are saying it. It was reported that he was going to fire her, and then he announced that she was being replaced and she was going to take this new job that they were just creating right now. So she says, thank you, President Trump, for appointing me as the special envoy for the Shield of the Americas. Secretary Rubio and Secretary of War Hegseth are incredible leaders, and I look forward to working with them closely to dismantle cartels that have poured drugs into our nation and killed our children and grandchildren. The Western Hemisphere is absolutely critical for U.S. security. In this new role, I will be able to build on the partnerships and national security expertise I forged over the last 13 months as Secretary of Homeland Security. We have made historic accomplishments at the Department of Homeland Security to make America safe again. We delivered the most secure border in American history. 3 million illegal aliens have left the U.S. We have located 145,000 children. FEMA delivered disaster relief at a 100% faster rate. We ushered in the golden age of travel, saved the American taxpayer $13 billion, and revitalized the U.S. Coast Guard.
I'm yours.
That is her post. Okay, I need to get some more water. I need 1 minute. I need 1 minute. Give me 1 minute. Hey, in an hour, in 90 minutes, there's going to be a Pentagon press briefing. I'm gonna put a clock up for the press briefing. Hey, when I come, I'll put the clock up right now. I'm gonna do that. I think.
And we're back.
there was an
We're back
Iranian
with
missile
Looky-
strike
Looky
today
boy.
on the Bahrain State Oil Company refinery.
Didn't want to do that.
Now, the we have
So I
have
just
not
disbanded
heard
my brother, my
officially
in-game
a
brother's
damage assessment
caravan.
and whether it affected. It's going
Just in
to
case someone
affect the
starts war with
refinery's
us, I don't want them out
operation.
there getting murked.
So waiting to hear on that.
All right. So we got the L.
But
Selected his party,
I
disbanded
posted on my X account
He's on his way
several
back.
reposted several videos showing a big fire.
it. Said he's going
and
to
the
be
missile
become
or
a
missiles
fugitive, blah, blah,
hitting-
blah.
looked like
None,
two
none of that
missiles,
happened.
maybe,
I don't know. They got to fix
hitting
that message.
the refinery in Bahrain.
Bahrain, Kuwait.
So that could
Bahrain.
affect oil production as well.
Good to know.
Oopsie. Give me one moment here. Give me one moment. I was mentioning oil. Reuters says crude oil supplies from Iraq and Kuwait could start shutting within days if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed. Around a fifth of global oil flows through the strait.
Forward! Movement, move! Mountain forward!
An expert told Reuters crude prices are going to be very sensitive to the strait's closure, as eventually production in the exporting areas will slow, and if this persists into next week, the eventual restarting of production and revamping of shipping once the strait is reopened will also take time to get back online. Iraq, the second largest crude producer in OPEC, has cut output by nearly 1.5 million barrels per day for lack of storage and an export route. Qatar, the biggest liquefied natural gas producer in the Gulf, declared force majeure on gas exports on Wednesday, with sources saying a return to normal production volumes may take at least a month. Around 300 oil tankers remained inside the Strait of Hormuz after vessel traffic in and out of the choke point nearly halted following the outbreak of war.
I wonder if there's ever situations where people are fighting on horseback and the horses are just going nuts and they gonna back up. I don't think they got one kill.
Also, Reuters reports Wall Street extends losses as investors weigh Middle East war risks. Expansion of the conflict to more countries fed fears of disruption in the Strait of Hormuz,
Losing
a
one
critical
guy.
energy choke point where missile and drone threats have drastically reduced tanker traffic.
Obliterated 54 enemies.
This lifted U.S. crude
Beautiful.
prices about 8% today
Beautiful.
to roughly $80 a barrel. Hearing some gunfire.
Shit. Oh fuck.
One expert told Reuters for this article, look at oil today. It tells you everything you need to know why the stock market is down. Reuters says any signs that crude prices could hit $100 a barrel would be worrisome for markets, and investors were on the lookout for reports that the conflict could be nearing its end. Passenger airlines subsector of stocks tumbled 6%. I've been reading that jet fuel is more expensive now.
But can it be used to melt steel beams? That's the real question.
Reuters also reports the national average cost of gas has risen 27 cents since last week, according to AAA. President Trump talked to Reuters, gave them an interview about this. Reuters says President Trump said today he was not concerned about rising U.S. gas prices driven by the widening Iran conflict, telling Reuters in an exclusive interview that the U.S. military operation was his priority. He said, "I don't have any concern about it," when asked about the higher gas prices. "They'll drop very rapidly when this is over," said Trump. "And if they rise, they rise, but this is far more important than having gasoline price go up a little bit." President Trump also said he was confident that the Strait of Hormuz would remain open because Iran's navy is at, quote, the bottom of the sea.
What's up, baby?
Oil prices have jumped 16% since the war started.
I don't want men of aliens. They're so useless.
Another thing President Trump told Reuters today, he claimed the right to join Iran in deciding its next leader. He told Reuters that Mojtaba Khamenei, the son of the late Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei, who has been a hardliner who has been considered a favorite to succeed his father, was an unlikely choice. President Trump said, "We want to be involved in the process of choosing the person who is going to lead Iran into the future."
Now we're seriously gonna start trading some more. We're gonna start hardcore usurping our neighbors. The fucking shit out of my fucking territory, boy. Bro, one of your fucking audio's fucked again. It's fucking ringing.
Our viewer Chucky T. Plague says gasoline has jumped to $3 a gallon where I live. Was $2 something last time I fueled up. 288.66. I'm trying to read it. Thank you to Thomas for the gift memberships. Thomas P, thank you. Chocolate Angels, thank you. Chocolate Angels says, sounds very dictatorish to try and dictate another country's leader. Thank you, Paxatarika. Thanks, BBG, for the memberships. Thanks to Paps DR007, Haroon AQ, who says maybe Fox News will give Christie her own show. Thank you, Ellen, who says stocks tumbled over oil prices. Thanks, Ellen. Bella Lugosi's bread. CFH79. Hem F Jacked, thank you. Also, I want to shout out our moderators. Thanks to I7 Andy, too. Thanks to our moderators. We have 13 Alamo, Bastion Girl, Big Ball of Yarn, Idaho Star, I Got That Fire, Matthew Kohai 3, and Surly Dev moderating. Linda Belk, Larry, Misha on X, thank you. Tina Niazi, K. Lowry Body, on Facebook. Thank you. By the way, thanks to Dolly Clark and Barry Eisler for subscribing on Facebook. Helen Anderson, Christy Claft, thank you so much. And our YouTube moderators, huge thank you to them. Really appreciate it. Hang on a moment here. Some of our viewers saying they're having problems with Amazon today. Roberts Mayqueen is moderating. Thank you, Roberts Mayqueen. Hey, shout out to our Twitch subscribers as well. People like Seed Music, Matthew Kohai 3, Wall Street Shaggy, Douthis, Grumpy Jones, Strong One, Gina Pina, Massachusetts Guy, Husband Unit. Thank you. And thanks to our YouTube members, people like the one and only Snowkeeper, Dinar, just to name a few, Ben Van, Michael Work, Echoing Echo, I think it's H. Schwartz, Sticky Frog, Jelly Plane, William Runner, Op R&R, Anthony Joseph, Red Girl, Joe All One, Echoing Echo, Evelyn in Maine, Tulula A. Bell, Phoenix 2B, Sarah Nova, Stacy L. Thank you to all of our members. Leifer Hurley, Sydney, Macchioli, thank you. Thanks, John Deeds, for your support as well. Nate Gray for subscribing, thank you. Let's see here. For He Shall Save, thank you. Who says, we aren't allowed to see anything inside Israel and our leaders are saying insane things. There is a big anticipated, it is anticipated that there's going to be a very big air attack on the southern suburbs of Beirut because Israel earlier today ordered the entire southern part of Beirut, basically the southern suburbs, evacuated. Everybody's got to leave. Not one building, the whole location. Everybody's got to leave. So we are expecting maybe tonight a huge airstrike campaign from Israel, or maybe over days. I don't know.
This is getting cray-boring. It's probably gonna ding the stream hardcore anyway. What is it? What's up, baby? Bake something.
Honestly, Canadian Liberal Nation, I don't know how you can support this Prime Minister any longer with this display of absolutely disgusting, snotty elitism. Take a look.
Well, boy, the dinners at Basel were, I mean, they were crazy. Right? Very good wine. Yeah.
Go on, tell the story. Tell it.
Well, okay, this is a long time ago. In fact, it was 2 weeks into the job at Governor of the Bank of Canada. It's February 2008. And I go there, and Bear Stearns is collapsing. It seemed like a big deal at the time. In retrospect, it was like, there's nothing, but it was a big deal. And we had to decide, because Asia, typical Asia was going to open. And so we go to this dinner, and it's called the G10 Central Banks. So it's the core group of central banks, and Jean-Claude Trichet is the chair. We show up, and we have an hour and a half to make a decision about flooding the system with liquidity or shutting certain things down, et cetera. It's pretty complex, but we're around this dinner table. It's like a 7-course meal. And Trichet spends the first 10 minutes. He welcomes me, which I thought was smart, welcome. And then he says, we have the best wine in Europe at this dinner. And since it's the best wine in Europe, it's the best wine in the world. And then he goes through the wines. He describes all the wines, tick, tick, tick. And he's like, well, have this one, but, the Pinot Grigio. And I'm like, and then he finishes it, and he says, okay, listen, we have an hour. And he says, okay, we have to decide, because the politicians are useless, basically, as he says. And if we don't decide here, all is lost. Ben, what should we do? Anyways, an hour later, all I remember is I'm like, yeah, the wine is fantastic. How much are we on the hook for? But anyways, we got it done. So yeah, the central bankers have a lot more fun. And the politics, we're working all the time. No fun, no restaurant, no restaurant.
Absolutely disrespectful and unbelievably insensitive. There is something deeply wrong happening in Canada right now, and with that Prime Minister. And there are millions of Canadians sitting here right now watching this going, we're struggling to afford our groceries. We're struggling to pay our mortgage or our rent. We are using food banks and standing in lines across this country, seeing record demand for all of this because it's not going well for us. And our Prime Minister is halfway around the world yet again, laughing about expensive wine, dropping the F-bomb no less, and reminiscing about 7-course dinners with the world's most powerful elite bankers. And our media is laughing along with him. They're treating this story like a charming personality moment. He was a little more lighthearted than usual. How cute is this Prime Minister? Like it's somehow relatable to the average everyday Canadian who's buying $10 wine, not $1,000 wine. But let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat down for a 7-course dinner with the best wine in Europe while deciding the fate of the global economy? That's what I thought. So today on Tap the Maple, we're going to absolutely destroy, dismantle, and obliterate exactly what happened here in this tone-deaf performance that I can't even provide words for. Why the media is pretending it's harmless as well, and why this moment perfectly captures everything that's wrong with Canada's political elite right now. Let's get started. Let's tap into the truth.
Welcome to Bakes on Things.
Welcome back to Bakes on Things. Tap the maple for your Thursday morning, and I've got a lot to say about this one. Canada is in the middle of the worst affordability crisis we have seen in decades. Housing costs have exploded. Groceries have skyrocketed. Interest rates crushed families who bought homes in good faith. Young Canadians are delaying their families. Seniors are going back to work. People with disabilities are trying to take side hustles and hope it doesn't get clawed back. Middle-class families are quietly racking up credit card debt just to keep up with the basics. Food bank usage is beyond control right now in this country. Not just in Toronto, not just in Vancouver. It's not a big city story anymore. It's everywhere across this country. And yet here we have a Prime Minister of Canada sitting in Sydney, Australia at a think tank event of his friends again, laughing about 7-course dinners with central bankers in Basel, talking about the best wine Europe has to offer, dropping the F-bomb casually as a leader of a country while joking about how long it took someone to explain the wine list to him. And the room laughed. They chuckled, hardy har har, that's hilarious. Of course they laughed because they're just like him. That room was filled with the exact same global elite class that lives in the same bubble as Mark Carney. But the average Canadian watching this, despite the people in the media who are trying to promote it as a lighthearted moment, well, I would imagine you weren't laughing very much. I imagine you were probably wondering how someone this disconnected from everyday life ended up running an entire country. Well, you have the Liberal supporters in this country to thank for that. And what you saw in that story wasn't just a joke being made by Mark Carney. It was a window into how Mark Carney actually sees the world around him. Remember who he is, my friends. He is part of the elite across this planet. He's not a career politician who worked his way through local politics. He's a global central banker who has been spoon-fed his entire life and has never known how to pinch 2 pennies together. He's been with the Bank of Canada, he's been with the Bank of England and Davos, the World Economic Forum. His professional life has been spent in rooms filled with finance ministers, billionaires, and central bankers discussing the global economy over expensive dinners and having to choose from an effing wine list. Oh, what a terrible experience. That's the environment he's comfortable in. 7-course meals, private conversations with world leaders, closed-door discussions about global markets. And the problem with that? Well, that environment looks nothing like the lives that you and I lead. That looks nothing like the lives of the people he is charged with governing. When Canadians talk about affordability, they're talking about their own rent, their groceries, their gas, their insurance, their daycare costs. When Mark Carney talks about economic crisis, he remembers the wine list. Are we putting two and two together now? Because that disconnect matters, Canada. It shows exactly where the priorities of the political class really lie right now in this country. And listen, there was a line I'm going to repeat I'm going to show it to you again in here that you might have missed. But the most revealing moment in that entire exchange didn't actually come from the hearty har laughing or the wine story. It came from one single sentence that slipped out while Mark Carney was laughing with the audience that everybody around this clip has just some weariness about pointing out clearly. While telling the story about that 7-course dinner during the financial crisis, Carney said something remarkable. He described the Bear Stearns collapse, didn't he? Take a look.
2 weeks into the job at Governor of the Bank of Canada, it's February 2008, and I go there and Bear Stearns is collapsing. It seemed like a big deal at the time. In retrospect, it was like, that's nothing, but it was a big deal.
Seemed big at the time, but was nothing. Nothing. Really? Well, let's pause on that line for a second, Mark, and think about this for a second. Because if you were one of the 15,000 employees at Bear Stearns, I can promise you didn't feel like it was nothing. Those people watched their entire company collapse overnight. They lost their job. Their careers were destroyed. Their retirement savings wiped out. Bear Stearns was well known that all employees invested in the company. All of those savings wiped out, gone. 15,000 people, entire families forced to start over financially, sell their homes, move into small homes. Bear Stearns employees lost billions in stock value, and pensions had been built over decades that were lost as well. For them, that crisis wasn't a funny anecdote told over a glass of expensive European wine. It was the moment their financial security vanished. So no, it wasn't nothing, Mark, and yet we have this Prime Minister of Canada describing that moment as basically completely insignificant. I don't think he meant it maliciously. I don't know if he even meant it angrily. I think it was just casually, because that's the life he leads, almost as a throwaway line in a funny dinner story. And that right there should tell you exactly everything that you need to know about the difference between how the financial elite like Mark Carney experience crises like the collapse of Bear Stearns and how ordinary people experience them. Totally different, total disconnect. For the people sitting around those banker tables in Basel, the collapse of Bear Stearns was a policy problem to solve before dessert. For the people working inside Bear Stearns and the clients affected by Bear Stearns, it was the day their lives were turned completely upside down that would take them nearly a decade to recover from. That's the difference between managing a crisis and living through one.
Is it
And the more Canadians hear stories like this, the more they're going to realize something very uncomfortable about the Prime Minister they voted for.
Kind of woody.
The people running the global financial system
not, I
often
don't think.
experience its failures very, very differently than the people who actually suffer at the hand of those failures. And this is a prime example with Bear Stearns.
Smells like
Mark
Dave's
Carney
house.
calls it nothing. The people affected by it would beg
It's like
to
the
differ.
next door neighbor's house. Smells like
And
Dave's
if
house.
this had
Probably has a
happened
good
during
ventilation
a
system.
calm moment in global politics, it would
And it was
still be
next to a
toned
bunch of
down.
other
But this
Valentine's
time it
shit,
makes
so
it
who
even
knows?
worse.
Maybe it's like
Because
infused
right
with
now the
donut.
world is watching a
donuts he
rapidly
makes.
escalating conflict in Iran, and Mark
Stick to
Carney's
it.
having a chuckle with the elite in Australia. The Middle East is literally on edge. Global energy markets are nervous. Western governments are trying to coordinate responses to a conflict that could spiral into something much larger as Iran again increases its threats. This is not a moment for light-hearted storytelling about wine lists and banker dinners. It's a moment that demands seriousness as a leader of this country, as a leader in this world. Leadership, focus. Instead, we got stand-up comedy in Australia, didn't we? Instead, we got stand-up comedy about central bankers arguing over Pinot Grigio. And again, the media is still framing this like it is a charming anecdote, a rare light-hearted moment from an otherwise serious prime minister. But imagine for 1 second if a conservative leader had acted like that. Imagine if Pierre Poilievre was overseas laughing about luxury dinners and very expensive wine lists, worrying about who was going to have to pay and be on the hook for that bill, while Canadians were struggling. The media would be calling it completely out of touch, completely unhinged. They would say it proves he doesn't understand ordinary people across this country. But when Mark Carney does it, it's light-hearted moments. It's laughing around. It's just being part of the guys. Suddenly, it's personality we don't get to see very often. Suddenly, it's relatability to the rest of us because he knows how to laugh. Suddenly, it's refreshing. That double standard is impossible to ignore in this country anymore, and we need to call it out every single damn time we see it. This moment exposed something deeper about Canada's governing class. They live in a completely different reality than you do. If you are a Liberal, Conservative, NDP, Green, I don't care who's watching this, you live in a different world than Mark Carney. Think about the room Mark Carney was speaking to. The Lowy Institute in Sydney, Australia. Do you know who they are? They're a global policy think tank. They're a giant room of diplomats, policy elites, and academics. Not one person like the rest of us across this country. It's financial insiders. These are the people who attend Davos. And again, when you saw the standing ovation in Davos, those were his people. Wake up. These are the people who attend World Economic Forum meetings. These are the people who fly between global conferences discussing the future of this world. And when they talk about economic crises, like things like the collapse of Bear Stearns, they talk about them over 7-course dinners with the best wine in Europe. Mark Carney just admitted that in that clip. That's their world. It's not yours. It's certainly not our world here in Canada, is it? We're not seeing anything of the sort. We're not seeing the average Canadian family order $1,000 of European wine. The average Canadian is facing mortgage renewals this year. The average Canadian is facing job losses this year. They're debating whether they can keep their home or not this year. The average family standing in line at a food bank isn't reminiscing about luxury dinners in Switzerland, are they? They're wondering how to feed their children. And when the Prime Minister uses your taxpayer money to fly across the world and laugh about the elite lifestyle, it reminds people exactly how far removed this political class has become from everyday reality. That's the bottom line. $300,000 of your taxpayer money to fly him there to go and laugh in that room. And where was Matt Genereux, by the way, who's attended this entire trip? Probably in the audience. So why is this media making light out of all of this? Why are they framing it as harmless? Because Mark Carney represents the same worldview as the institutions that are covering him. The same global institutions. The same policy networks. The same academic circles. He's one of them, and he's not going to ever be one of you. That's why stories like this are softened. The tone becomes lighthearted because they are part of his world, not part of your world. The language becomes relaxed. He's calm. It's a new lighthearted moment from our Prime Minister. The focus becomes how charming the moment was. Are you kidding me? Instead of asking the obvious question that most of us are asking, why is Canada's Prime Minister joking about luxury dinners while the country faces an affordability crisis? Why was he allowed to fly a $300,000 per flight plane over there to do this? It's the same media ecosystem that spent years telling Canada their declining living standards were either imaginary or necessary for climate policy to be achieved. Now that same ecosystem wants you to believe this moment was no big deal on the world stage. It's a lighthearted, laughing Prime Minister. But Canadians, well, we're starting to see through all of that, aren't we? And in the end, this story about wine isn't really about wine. It's about the distance between Canada's political elite and the people that they govern. This was a disgusting display of what we all knew was already happening. But now it's on tape. For the people in that room in Sydney, the story was funny. For Canadians struggling to pay their bills, it felt like a giant slap in the face with the back of Mark Carney's hand. And moments like this matter because they reveal something much, much deeper. They reveal that the culture of the ruling class is way off of the culture of everyone else. A culture where global elites gather for luxury dinners while debating economic policy, shrugging off collapses like Bear Stearns and getting frustrated by the giant wine list. A culture where the consequences of those policies are felt by ordinary people thousands and thousands of miles away back at home. And a culture where the media will always rush to protect its own. And one of its own is Mark Carney. Canada deserves leaders who understand the country that they actually govern and the people that they have to lead. Leaders who recognize the struggles people are facing on an everyday basis. Leaders who know that when families are struggling to afford their groceries, maybe it's not the time to go to Australia and sit there and joke about 7-course dinners and the luxury $1,000 wine list. But what we saw in Sydney wasn't just a joke. It was a glimpse into the mindset of the global elite. And the more Canadians see moments like that garbage that we just saw at the top of this show, the more they're going to start asking a very simple question, and you absolutely should be asking it. Whose country is this really being run for? That's how you tap into the truth. Talk about it in the comments. Let's go. Let's have the conversation. You know what I'm talking about. Let's do it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you this afternoon at 2 o'clock. Have a great day, everybody.
Okay. Dip it in shit. Sick animation compilation.
I am standing next to a giant rack.
Smart
No,
Kim.
not that kind of rack. Get your minds out of the
This is
gutter.
the guy
I
who
am
does the
standing
cartoons,
next to
eh,
a
babe?
clothing rack. These are Mark M's finest t-shirts. What brings us all together? T-shirts, right? And today's featured item is this beautiful tie-dyed Sick Animation shirt. This, ladies and gentlemen, is one of my favorite characters from the Sick Animation universe. He's a relative newcomer on the scene. This is from the Halloween episode. This guy is a real character, I'm telling you what. If you haven't seen that cartoon, watch the animation, buy the shirt, because as soon as you see this guy in action, you're gonna wanna wear him right on your chest, trust me. Now I wanna draw your attention to the font here, because this is like heavy metal font, right? This looks like something you would find in a Metallica logo, right? Yeah, metal fucker. Anyway, the wonderful thing about Mark M's t-shirts is these are cotton. He has comfort in mind when he creates these things. Now we all know the old cliche, right? Cotton is the fabric of our lives, and we always kind of mock and scoff at that saying. But now you're finally gonna get it when you buy one of these shirts. That's how comfortable they are, guys.
Let's go to the next house, see if they got some stickers.
If you want to rock some old school Sick Animation, I got just this shirt for you. This is the Pop and Loch Ness Monster. Now this was featured in Cool Cat. Is it Cool Court? That's right. I knew that, guys. This is featured in Cool Court, and I'll never forget the moment I'm watching Cool Court. It's all about Nachos the cat, and suddenly the Pop and Loch Ness Monster appeared on that screen. He's got the boom box. He's dancing right in the middle of that courtroom. One of the coolest monsters you'll ever see. Well, short of the messing with Sasquatch from the beef jerky commercials. This is one of the coolest monsters you're gonna see around. Is it a plesiosaur? Is it a giant eel? Nobody really knows, folks. The thing that I love about this t-shirt in particular, you can dress this up or you can dress this down depending on the occasion, right? So if you wanna wear this to a more formal occasion, you can tuck this into some pants, wear a belt, wear some accessories, wear a nice gold watch or some cufflinks, or you can dress this down, right? Throw this sucker on with some jogging pants for one of those lazy Sunday afternoons in front of the Netflix, or maybe in front of some Sick Animation cartoons, right?
Oh my gosh, you guys, I finally won something.
Now, if you can't quite decide which Sick Animation character is your favorite, here is a Sick Animation multi-head shirt. Why choose just one? Just like the Lay's potato chips, right? Why choose one? You can't. Now, one of my favorite characters on this multi-head shirt just so happens to be Mershak right here. He looks very fearful in this shot. I'm not quite sure why. I've never seen the Mershak rattled. And if he's your favorite character, you're gonna wanna buy this shirt right here. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a full-on Mershak t-shirt. Mershak deserves his own shirt, I do believe. Mershak is half mermaid, half Shaquille O'Neal, and 100% pretty cool. And I think you're gonna find the shirt pretty cool as well. Believe it or not, this is glow-in-the-dark ink. When you're walking up to someone in a dark room and they see that Mershak face glowing right at them, they're gonna be surprised, they're gonna be scared, and they're most importantly gonna get a good laugh.
Hop on!
Yay! Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're more into the bright colors that really pop, this is the first in Sick Animation apparel pink t-shirt. Ladies and gentlemen, you need this pink t-shirt, right? Pink t-shirt with this ruggedly handsome older gentleman. Kind of looks like the Dos Equis guy, but it's not. Just another one of the amazing characters from the Sick Animation universe. Now guys, imagine seeing one of these Sick Animation shirts crumpled up on the floor after you've had sex with a girl. I love that visual.
I got cut in line at Starbucks again. I looked that motherfucker dead in the eye and I said it. Go ahead, stick a shotgun in my pussy.
All of these shirts and much, much, much more are available right now.
looked that man straight in the
Log
face
into
and I said, "Go ahead,
SickAnimationShop.com,
stick
take a
a
look at the
shotgun in
selection,
my
and
pussy."
buy something today.
I'll buy something yesterday.
What's up out there, everybody? Welcome to the Sick Animation Shopping Network. We have a very sick and twisted product for you today. Just kidding. This is an army of Sick Animation koozies. Koozies? Cozies? Doesn't matter how you say it. You can keep your beverage colder longer, but it's also something you're gonna wanna show off and strut around the party with, right? This has the Sick Animation logo printed right on it, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very heavy metal font, right? Yeah, dude. Anyway, it's this white lightning font, right, on this camouflage backdrop. Everyone's wearing the camouflage these days, guys. I see the camouflage cargo shorts, the camouflage t-shirts. You're gonna be really on trend with this camouflage koozie, guys. You can put any drink imaginable inside of a koozie. Most people use it for the beer, right? You want your ice cold beer, tap the Rockies, all that stuff. But a lot of people don't know you can actually use koozies for a multitude of drinks. As you see here, we have soda, we have water, we have a juice drink, we have an energy drink loaded with caffeine. If that's how you choose to treat your body, feel free, guys. You can even put a bottle of cold coffee in a koozie. You just think of drinking coffee hot. Guess what? You can drink coffee cold these days. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, the average human body is 98.6 degrees. Think about that for just a minute. You're not gonna wanna transfer all that heat into your ice cold beverage on a summer day, right? That's why you need one of these koozies. And hey, it says Sick Animation on it. You can't beat that, right, guys? Order a dozen of these koozies. You're gonna want one of these koozies in every corner of your house. Keep it in your purse. Keep it in your wallet, even if you have a big enough wallet. You can fold this sucker up. Keep one in your car. Keep one under the bed. Anywhere you reach your hands, you're gonna wanna put it on one of these koozies because you never know when you're gonna have a cold drink you need to protect. Buy this as a gift for your friends. Buy it for your loved ones. Show that special someone in your life that you care about the temperature of their beverage. This is a collector's item, guys. This is something that may increase in value. I don't know. I'm not authorized to say that legally. But this is something that might increase in value over the years. The beauty of this product, guys, is this is great free advertising for Mark M. You bring this to a party, you bring this to the beach, to the campfire, and people are gonna wanna know about the Sick Animation brand. They're gonna look over their eyes drawn like flies to that beautiful white lightning logo, and they're gonna ask you about this Sick Animation brand and the Sick Animation website. Now, if you're gonna use the koozie for a nice bottle of beer, I highly recommend you buy a Sick Animation bottle opener, guys. This is from the Bear in the Woods cartoon, and if you can see here, if we can get a little close up here, you see that little pink sliver down there? That's no misprint. This bear has a pussy, guys. That might seem a little bit offensive to some, but if you watch the cartoon, you're gonna love it. Now, the Bear in the Woods cartoon you may remember from Tosh.0. That's right, this was featured on a major cable network. Primetime television, Mark's big break. They cut him a check for $200. You're gonna be the life of the party when you walk in with this wonderful Bear in the Woods bottle opener, or any of the bottle openers in the Sick Animation line. Ladies and gentlemen, these koozies and these bottle openers are available right now. Log on to sickanimationsshop.com and buy these items today. Peace. What's next? What's up out there, everybody? Today I want to tell you about a very, very special product. Two comedy titans, Sick Animation, DJ Doug Pound, have come together to share one 7-inch. And I know what you're thinking. No, not a Subway sandwich. Those are 6 inches. This is a 7-inch vinyl album, guys. 10 minutes of music, 8 incredible songs, all right here on this split record. Now, here's what you're gonna get with the DJ Doug Pound half of this 7-inch, guys. You're gonna get comedy, but you're gonna get an amazing dance beat.
Get in the hole!
You're gonna wanna pop the ecstasy pills when this song comes on, trust me. Now let me tell you what you're gonna get from this Sick Animation side of the 7-inch. We all know Sick Animation's cartoons, right? Well, Sick Animation is also a brilliant musician.
I see you boys over there getting a tight little boner.
Tight little boner.
You might be ready. You might be ready to tight little boner. You might be ready. You might be ready to do that.
Do that.
Now, guys, this is literally a mind-blowing album. Well, not literally, but it will blow your mind, literally. This, folks, deserves a place in your record collection. Own this right now.
It's a mind-blowing album. Well, not literally mind-blowing, but it'll literally blow your mind. It'll blow your mind, literally.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Sick Animation Shop. We have an amazing deal for you today because these are Mark M's CDs. Are you kidding me? $10 a piece. For all you math wizards out there, that's $20 for the both of them, for the bundle pack. We all know that Mark is a Renaissance man, if you will. He's great at artwork, he's great at the comedy, of course, and he's good at music. And I'm not just saying this because he signs my paychecks. Here we go. Let's take a look first at Mark's debut CD. This is Sick Animation, the album. 80 minutes of music. You can't beat that, folks. That's 8 cents a song for those counting at home. And not only do you get 80 minutes of music, Mark included an entire CD booklet of song lyrics. And I know that's gonna be very fun and very special to sing along to. This features songs from your favorite animations such as Oh Jesus, but it also features a lot of original songs. And this is my favorite part because Black History Month. Are you kidding me? Amazing, amazing song. Walk around the bar looking for a girl to eat out. Who can't relate to those lyrics? Let me put a booger in your pussy. We have songs like Suck My Dick with a Condom On, which, as you know, is something that you might have to do if you go to a prostitute. Something I don't know, but I know that from watching Cops. This is an amazing album, and this, again, is 80 minutes of music. Beautiful artwork, handsomely crafted. This is something you're going to want to buy. This is something you're going to enjoy for a long time. Now, if you're a big fan of Mark Yim, you may already own both of these albums, but let me get to the second one here because I'm telling you, if you haven't heard this yet, this is something special. It's called Sex, Drugs, and Rockin' LOL, LOL, as in laugh out loud. I think it's a very funny name for a very funny album. It's a bit shorter, has fewer songs. I think it's 14 songs. Is that right? My producer's telling me yes, 14 songs in this album. So, I'm sorry, actually that's 13. 18 songs. Let's start over on that one. 18 songs on this album. Sure, it's not 80 minutes of music like the first one, and how many albums are. I know you're a little bit spoiled out there, but here's where you get what you pay for, because this album, folks, this is studio quality. This is not, you can have your Metallicas, your Bush albums, your Master P, your Usher, basically any album you want to get from a studio release. This is the quality of this album. We have songs like Let's Hit the Beach. We have Mexico. We have a song about eating guaco out of Obama's cockhole. And I know it's a little bit out there, but it's hilarious. Trust me. These are really good songs, and they're funny. And that's the important thing, and that's what you're gonna get with the Sick Animation brand. Here's what's so cool about this album. The actual CD artwork is very funny. This, believe it or not, is Schmeagol from Lord of the Rings. I spread eagle for Schmeagol. Here you have an artist rendering of Barack Obama's beautiful brown penis with a taco sticking right on the top of it, and that again is another reference to a song lyric. This is something you definitely want. This is something you're gonna enjoy for a very long time. And that's the thing about music, you know, music never gets old. You pop that thing in, listen to it to your heart's content, pop it in 10 years later, still that same digital quality sound. It never grows old, it never fades out like the old cassette tapes. You don't have to rewind it, you don't have to fast forward it. It's a CD, folks, so you can just pick the song you want, play it, go, listen to it all you want, listen to it 10 years later, still sounds studio quality like the day it was produced. It's the digital era, folks. If you're still toting around the old cassette players, this is what you need. This is a CD. It's amazing quality. It's something you need to get. And at $10 a piece, I don't see how you can turn it down. Hello out there, everybody. We have an amazing product for you today. This is the Mershak shot glass. Are you kidding me? A shot glass with my favorite character, probably your favorite character too from the Sick Animation universe. This is the Mershak. And I think from the cartoon, he is half Shaquille O'Neal, half mermaid, and 100% pretty cool. And I think these shot glasses are pretty cool as well. This is solid glass. This is solid glass construction. Hear that? High quality, and look at the detail here. Look at the detail. You see the Mershak with the whiskers, he has the numbers, he has the scales. This is what is called a satin etching, and this beautiful design here, the beautiful Mershak design. And it says nice shot with an exclamation point, because nice shot, A, because of course it's a basketball and you make a shot with the basketball. B, because it's a shot glass. Do a shot, nice shot. The bottom of this thing, I don't know if you can see this here, this is pretty special in and of itself. This is a basketball that is engraved right into the bottom of the shot glasses. I think it's pretty incredible. I think the detail here is gonna impress you. This is a collectible. Trust me, this is a collectible. This is one of those things that you're gonna see years later. You're gonna see on Antiques Roadshow, something like this. Okay, maybe I went a little too far. This is something that makes a fantastic gift. Trust me, I gave one of these to my nephew. You could give one of these to your son, to your grandson. Send them off to college with it. You know you have the kids, graduation time's right around the corner, they're going off to school, they need something like this. I know you don't want them to be out there drinking, but if they're gonna do it anyway, they might as well do it in style. And trust me, this is in style. This is a great conversation starter. Everyone's gonna be talking about the Mershak shot glass. My favorite drink doesn't happen to be alcohol. I know you're gonna make fun of me. I love the grape soda, so I'm gonna give you a quick, let's see, product demonstration here with the grape soda. What you wanna do is pour, like so. And this could be anything, by the way. You know, you have your vodka, your tequila, your Kool-Aid, your Jägermeister. If you're feeling adventurous, you might want tequila, which is what my ex-wife used to drink every day, but enough of that. Now I'm gonna give it a shot here, let's see. Nice shot. Delicious, easy to get into my system, quickly into the bloodstream. A great vessel for getting whatever liquid you want to get into your body. This is one product, just one product you can only find at sickanimation.com, and this is $8. This thing is $8. $5. Wow, my producer tells me this is $5 for the shot glass. This is incredible. This is an amazing bargain. You need to have this. You know you want it. Get it right now. sickanimation.com, $5 Mershak shot glass. Hey, what's up out there, everybody? Welcome to Sick Animation Shopping Network. And no, I'm not standing next to a bunch of throw pillows. These are actually Sick Animation tote bags. These tote bags, folks, come in 4 different designs. I suggest you collect all 4. We have the Beyonce Are You There design, and that's the one, if you recall, of the little boy praying to Beyonce. He's on his knees hoping that his favorite artist will somehow grace him with her presence right here in his bedroom. Now, when you buy this Beyonce Are You There bag, you're gonna get a free Beyonce Are You There pin. Beyonce, are you kidding me? You can't beat this deal, guys. Now take a look at the Hoorah bag. Now this is based on Halloween cartoon. Take this bag trick-or-treating. Take this trick-or-treating. These kids are trick-or-treating in the cartoon, and you can go trick-or-treating with your very own Sick Animation tote. And that's one of the special things about this bag. And then we have in the bottom right here, the They Got a Duck in That Pool tote. This is a guy who sits over the fence and shouts out into the backyard, "They got a duck in that pool." And now I want to show you this very, very special design that does not exist anywhere else in the Sick Animation universe. This is Take Your Dad to Work Day. We can all relate to this, right? You know when your dad comes into your office naked, puts a big old hairy leg up on your desk, right? Now take a look at the genital area on this dad. I don't even want to know what's going on here. Anyway, these are tote bags you definitely need to own. The thing that I love about the tote bag, guys, is it suits any personality, any interest can be serviced by the tote bag. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Suppose you're on an all-fruit diet. Load the tote bag with fruit, right? Fill that sucker up with fruit and out you go. Suppose you're on an all-Cheeto diet. I've never heard of this diet. I'd like to be on this diet, but maybe it exists. Fill the tote bag with Cheetos and head out that door. Bring a tote bag to the beach, right? Fill it up with your sunscreen and your whatever else you bring to the beach. I don't know. Towels. Bring this to the grocery store. You're gonna laugh your ass all the way to the store, all the way out of the store. Everyone in the store is gonna be laughing quite heartily when they see these bags. Now here's another use for the tote bag that not many people consider. You can keep an extra tote bag around for emergency purposes. Think about it, guys. You know, if you need an earthquake preparedness kit, right? Shove all of that stuff right here in this tote bag. You might need a flashlight. You might need an extra pair of like running shoes to run away from a burning building, right? You might need an extra jacket or something like that if you find yourself on a cold and dark street whenever that big one hits. But even if you don't live on a fault line, buy it for tornadoes, buy it for floods. Come on, something must happen in your neck of the woods where you need a good emergency bag. That's what you're gonna get with this tote. Ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna want all 4 bags. Collect them all, right? Go to sickanimationsshop.com and buy them right now.
I think I will.